Hello, everybody. It is great to be here one more time today. And my name is Gary Fowler. I am the CEO and founder of GSD Get Shit Done Venture Studios. We are a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in the heart, yes, the heart of Silicon Valley, Palo Alto. We believe that intellectual capacity is evenly spread around the world, but opportunities are not. I've been involved in 17 startups and several unicorns. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for 1.35 billion, and also Eva.ai, an AI HR tech company that I co-founded with Dr. David Yang. Love artificial intelligence, quantum computing, computer vision, metaverse, Web3, just exciting, incredible, cool technology. So with that, I am going to bring Stefano Di Alberti on board. Hi, Stefano. How you doing today?
Doing great, Gary. How you doing over there?
I'm fantastic. So I got a question for you. Why in the world did you move to Spain? You're in Madrid right now, right?
Actually, right now I'm in Rome. I live in Spain, but yeah,
Well, how did you do
life
this?
brought me all around Europe.
How did you go down through? And I'm looking at your background. You were in Luxembourg with Machinery Scanner. You were in Rome. In Madrid was Skyrocket Monster. Well, how did you go to? Tell me how do you? I'm just trying to figure it out. I was in Madrid, and I got to tell you, it's real hot there. It's really, really hot. It's like Sahara Desert kind of hot. So
Kind of
what
desert.
made it's
It's
like a
like
desert.
that.
So what made you decide? How did you decide? You grew up in, where did you grow up in Italy? What city did you grow up in?
I grew up in Rome, and I studied in Rome, and after university, I left my country. I spent 13 years going around Europe. I lived in something like seven different countries in the last 13 years, and I ended up in Madrid right now.
So what made you decide to do that? What drove you to travel like that?
Well, I studied and I had I had the pleasure to work for multinationals like Mercedes-Benz and the top one publishing company, American publishing company, that brought me first in Luxembourg and later on in Madrid. So I gained my international experience in this way.
Well, and so were there a lot of cultural differences, Stefano, between the different companies that were based like U.S. companies versus Spanish companies versus Italian? What kind of differences are there?
Well, totally different mentality. I had the pleasure to work for German's company, for American company, so the approach is totally different. And I can say what I like most, maybe something between, uh, but definitely I learned a lot from all these experiences.
And so the difference between a German and American company, what's the big difference? One of the things that you said, this is a lot different between these two cultures.
Well, for sure, the Germans are famous to plan everything first, and the Americans, well, they can do U-turn in 2 days, so they can change their mind and take a totally different solution in a couple of days. So they move fast.
And is that good or is that bad, Stefano?
Well, in business, I think is very good. But at the same time, it's very good also to plan very well the future and stand for a direction. So that's why I say maybe something in the middle would be the best choice.
Interesting. And how long were you working for the German company? You were with Mercedes. How long were you with them?
Almost 4 years. Yeah.
And how did you like that? How was that?
Was great. I learned a lot. Is well, working for such big company. Yeah, you see several different departments, and you see really organized things. Well, it's one of the best brand in the world. So if not the number one, is in the top three. So I would say so. It was a real pleasure.
Wow, that's great. All right, so you've gone down through. You went, Sands Hills East. You look down through Skyrocket Monster. What was Skyrocket Monster anyhow? What is that? Is that still in existence or not?
Yes, it's a marketing agency. I am a marketing expert, so I have our marketing agency that help companies to grow worldwide.
Got that. And then what about Sephira Legale? What is that?
It's a portal that help company in Italy and private people to have support, legal support, and I help them for the marketing side.
Got it. Okay, super. So, as you're going down through this, so you had why did you go? Were you at the University of Cape Town? Were you in Cape Town?
Was an online course. I took an online course because the Cape Town University is pretty famous for the digital marketing. So I took some online courses from them.
Got it. Okay. So let's go down through. You're an entrepreneur, a marketeer, sales guru, and a consultant. So tell us about why did you find or found Machinery Scanner? What made you decide to create it?
Well, everything started from a need. When we were working, my business partner and I, we were working for this big multinational company in the EV equipment sector. We noticed a gap of trust, and we moved from there. But let me first tell you a story, Gary. You know how big it is, this market. The EV equipment market is $610 billion, the value of this market, and is growing. And in the next 5 years, is growing to $900 billion. This market, and well, I explain you how it works for dealers and buyers to move around this old-fashioned industry. I tell you that is an old-fashioned industry because I can explain you the process that a buyer does when he needs to buy a machine. If a buyer from Germany need to buy a machine, they can search in different websites. They spend weeks searching for a machine in several websites worldwide. Once they find the right machine, they fly over because or they send money online, but they don't trust dealers in other country. So they fly over with a technician to inspect the machine and also arrange the shipment of the machine to the yard, basically. Okay, this is the old-fashioned way to do business.
Yeah.
We are in 2022. We have a game changer, and the game-changing machine scanner. We make it easy, super easy. You can do all this process directly online on machine scanner. That's why it's a disruptive portal because, and we are growing worldwide because we make all the process of purchasing EV equipment easier, faster, and safer.
So tell us how you do that, though.
Okay, basically everything starting. We decided to create a portal where people can really trust the dealer behind the website, because many times a buyer send money to a scammer and they never receive a machine. So because there are a lot of fake websites out
Does that
there.
really happen? Do people really get
This
scammed?
really happened to my clients. A lot of my clients send money and they never receive a machine. And to solve this problem, we create a machinery scanner because we started from the review system, the first in the world. We connected a certification program that makes sure that behind the website there is a real company. And right now, we through our vertical search engine, we scan several websites in a few seconds, and you can find your next piece of equipment in a few seconds. And once you find what you can do, check through an inspection. So we can have an engineer fly over and check your machine, and we can even arrange the shipment to your office. So can be easier than this.
Now, but what percent of the time do you think there's fraudulent transactions? Out of 10, what percent of the time do they not get their product?
Well, this happens especially when you need to buy the machine, a specific machine, and in another country that you don't know much. Especially now after the COVID situation, when especially during COVID and after COVID, people are not traveling so much. They need to buy online. So machine scanner came in the right moment, right after the COVID, solving this with our review and certification system. You can be sure that you buy from a certified dealer for machine scanner.
And how important, Stefano? How important is it to buy from somebody certified?
What you said?
How important is it? You said it's important, right? How important?
You can save, first of all, your money and your time. So it's fundamental to move business in the best direction.
So what's have you heard stories about people getting taken advantage of? Have people like tried to go out and buy a bulldozer or a tractor or a backhoe and they just didn't exist?
As I said, I have many examples of people sending money and they never received a machine. I had the sample of people copying a website, and they are a real brand, a real dealer, and they copy all the picture on their website just to receive the first amount of money.
They make it look real.
They make it look real, and that's there are a lot of fraud and scammer out there.
Wow. Oh my God, that's amazing. So they try to buy something and they never can get it because it doesn't exist, or they don't.
Unfortunately, and the value of this machine, it's really high. So these scammers are a big pain in this sector.
Where do they come from, Stefano? Where are the scammers located that pull off these deals?
Well, all over the world. There is not just a one country. They are worldwide. That's why we are going global.
Wow. And some of this equipment can be several $100,000, right?
Exactly. That's the price can be really high. Just imagine a big caterpillar the value is really high.
No, I was going to say, I mean, boy, those guys must be sick ladies must be sick when they go down to figure out where their equipment is and it doesn't even exist.
Exactly. That's why happened to me many times in the past that a lot of dealers before buying from dealers abroad, they were calling me, just double checking if that dealer was real, because fortunately my business partner and I, we have a network of dealers worldwide. Basically, I don't want to say that we know all the dealers in Europe, but many of them we have in our list. So at the least we can do a pre-screen, a pre-check.
And so do you ever get in a situation that the dealer's a bad dealer and you just stay away from him or her? You just say, I'm not going to do business with them?
Definitely. This happening a lot of time before machine scanner. After machine scanner, we ask to this dealer to please check in our system. We have now more than 55 company listed in our website. We have more than 55,000 machine and are growing every day, these numbers, because we are closing partners worldwide. So every time that I meet a dealer, I always definitely recommend, please check in our portal before buying something online.
Well, that's great. How much money on average do they save by buying through you? Have you ever calculated how much money they save?
That's a good question. Well, for sure, they save a lot of money that could go for to scammers. That's the main things. And also, I didn't calculate how much money they can save traveling, paying hotels, paying a technician, traveling with them.
Well,
So
then
that's
they
is
get to
game
compare.
changer.
They can compare prices too, right? You can look at different prices on the
Exactly,
materials
exactly.
or
A
whatever.
little bit like a Trivago booking for the hotels industry. We can do the same in the machinery industry. So you can have a clear picture about a machine, the price of the machine worldwide. We scan in 3 seconds or less several websites, and you have you can find exactly your model, your machine, and basically purchase online. So you don't need to travel. You don't need to. You can be sure that the machine are coming to your office,
No, I
your yard.
think it's great. I think it's great. I remember I built some houses many years ago, and I was bizarre, but they would let me rent the equipment, and I never had driven it before. And I was driving around bulldozers and all kinds of stuff. It was like having being a kid again, but with a lot of power. It's uh, it's interesting. So, what do you think? How's it going to go globally? How are you going to grow your business globally?
Well, first of all, thanks to the GSD Accelerator. I want to thank you for selecting our startup to be part of your accelerator and go global. Actually, you came exactly in the right moment because we are now the largest search engine in Europe and the first review system in the world. But we are expanding first in the Middle East, and right now, thanks to you, we want to go global. We want to enter in the American market and in the African market, where the big business it is. So we are getting ready to go global with you, Gary.
No, that sounds great. No, we love it because we look at there's 8.1 billion people on the planet, 1.4 billion just in Africa and 54 countries, 647 million in Latin America. There's a huge market to be able to go after to see. And sometimes people forget that there's these opportunities out there to be able to address it on a global basis. Don't just take a region, look at the whole world. Look, the population of the world is going to increase to 13 billion. Think about how much construction is going to need to be done in order to be able to, go forward. There's going to be more and more equipment. So you were in the right place at the right time with an incredible company. So what's the future hold? What are you going to do next? Let's talk about, what do you see as your next year's plan, the plans after that? So what's going to happen next year?
Well, we are developing several tools to keep our portal the most sophisticated in this industry. So we are developing a solution for dealers. The dealers don't need to speak with several portal. They will speak with just one account manager, and we will solve all their marketing needs because we will put them in contact with all our partners for advertising, and we can solve all the, as I say, all the marketing needs. And the other side, in the clients will find all the tools that their needs in machine scanner. We are developing solution for the future, also for tokenization and cryptocurrency that many people are asking us. So the direction are really exciting here, and that's why we want to go global.
No, that's great. So how's the competition? Do you have any competition, Stefano?
Well, we have not directly a competitor that is doing and developing whatever we have. We have some competitors in for some solution that we have in an American market and in the European market, but nobody has combined all the tools that we developed right now in our platform.
No, that's great. And how does it look? I mean, how's your business growing?
Actually, even in this tough time, in this situation in Europe, the business is growing. It keep growing. Well, the sales of the machine never stop. even in tough situation. So I can say that in our for our company, the future looks pretty bright.
Wow, that's great. No, I love to hear it. And so, what's the secret to your success?
That's a good question. Well, I have a great business partner, and together we are a great team. I want to say.
No, that's great. Well, that's a right kind of thing to do. That's a good sales guy, right? A great team, a great partner. But it's more than that. You guys have been visionaries. You've looked at a market where there's a potential opportunity, sometimes overlooked. I never thought about the situation where people would deceive them and not send equipment, but that would happen anywhere. I know one time I brought a Porsche, a Carrera, and I bought it, through a auto trader, and I'd seen it and I wired the money down, and I got the car, but it had been damaged. And I looked at the car and I thought, if I just would have had somebody walk around it or somebody give me the feedback on how good this would be, I wouldn't have had the problem. But I didn't lose my money. I still had my money, but I got a car that wasn't worth what I paid for. That's for sure. So I think that's the other thing, get what you pay for, right? If you can look at
Exactly.
it, is this the right level? Is this the right model? Is this the right machine? Is this something that's got the right number of hours on it? Does it have too many or too few? Does it need a rebuild? A lot of questions, but you're doing a great job with this, Stefano. You're really, putting that dent in the universe. So when are you going to bring us to the U.S.?
When? Well, pretty soon with you. I think we move faster than ever.
No, it's great. Well, we're looking forward to it. So what do you have out there for other entrepreneurs that are in Italy or Spain or around the world? What are some things, if you looked at 3 characteristics you need to have as a CEO, as a co-founder of a company, like as you are, what are the characteristics that you need to have as a co-founder that's really important? What are 3 things that you would say, these are characteristics that I look for in my co-founder, right?
In my co-founder, what's the characteristic?
What
You
kind of
mean?
characteristics, when you look for a co-founder, what did you look for?
Oh, that they are eager to succeed. They never give up, and they don't speak about problem. They speak about solution. That's for me the definitely the thing to look for.
Yeah,
So we find the solution together.
I'll tell you a little story. I had an interesting conversation. I was with a guy named Andrew Struginsky. Andrew is the right-hand man of Rupert Murdoch, the billionaire. And I said to him, because Murdoch had gone through a divorce and was getting remarried. And I said to him, how, it's like amazing. How do the people go so forward? And he told me, Gary, he said, I've interviewed 3,000 people, entrepreneurs. Now, this guy had been involved in the purchase of Wall Street Journal for like $4 billion. And I said, anyhow, you studied 3,000 entrepreneurs? He said, yeah. I said, what's one characteristic that you've seen across the board that they have, the most successful entrepreneurs? And he said, amnesia. And I said, what do you mean? He said, they never talk about the past.
Exactly.
Only about going to the future. So all of you out there watching the show today, definitely think about the future, move forward in your lives. Don't dwell in the past, because the past will just anchor you down with a piece of concrete. Move forward. So closing thoughts for you, Stefano, closing thoughts, and how do people get a hold of you?
Well, we are definitely looking at the future. That's why I'm proud to announce that we just opened the first funding round. So whoever is interested in looking at this show can get in contact with me, or just follow the link on the banner on our website. You can fill in the form. We'll make sure that we will get in contact with you very, very soon. Thank you.
No, that sounds great. And how do they get a hold of you? What's the best way? Do you have a Twitter? Do you have LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is the best way.
All right, sounds great. So the audience out there, get a hold of Stefano. They're raising money. They got a very cool company. If you like computer vision or like artificial intelligence, give him a ring. Give him a Zoom call, touch base with him, get a hold of him, because these are the nuggets of the future. This is the way we're going to move forward. They're right on the cutting edge with some incredible technology. To my audience out there, thank you one more time for joining GSD Presents Silicon Valley AI and Tech. And my name is Gary Fowler, and I'm your host. Stay tuned for another exciting edition come up on Thursday. And I'll see you then. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. Take care. Thanks, Stefano. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. See you.
See you soon.